Hello, guys, and welcome to Fox to Fox Report. Now, this is the post-match review of Napoli versus Leicester City. It is full-time. Napoli defeat us 3-2 at the Estadio Diego Armando Maradona. We are out of the Europa League, and we go into the Europa Conference League. I do not know what to think at the moment other than Brendan Rodgers, you have to leave. It hurts me to say it, but you have to leave. There's no effectiveness with you at the moment. There has not been constantly, and since the start of the season, we have been suffering. Other than the matches against Wolves, Norwich, Brentford, and Manchester United. It really hasn't been consistent with him, and our ideas are just plummeting. We are not effective. You put the wrong players in this match, and what I mean by that, I mean by Ryan Bertrand. Why is he playing? Why is Ryan Bertrand starting on the left back when clearly I don't know if any other Leicester City fan knows, but he cannot track back. He is slow. If he attacks, he will stay there, even if he loses the ball. And you have that open area for any Napoli player to just take advantage of it, either have enough time to take a cross in or just dribble the ball towards our box and take a shot. It's literally not that difficult to see that we have Luke Thomas in our squad. Like, where was Luke Thomas at the start of the match? Like, is he injured? Is he hurt? Like, what's going on? Like, why didn't he start? He's been starting for our past 2 to 3 matches. Like, maybe freaking Ryan Bertrand is taller and maybe stronger, but he doesn't come back. He's not effective. We need a right back or left back to come up, defend, have pace, and be smart. Ryan Bertrand is not smart. He doesn't come back. He's not fast. It's not effective. And I said it in my post earlier before this match. Ryan Bertrand starting is very questionable. Maybe, perhaps he's been doing better in training, and maybe Brendan Rodgers was convinced to start him in this match. And I maybe was convinced too. Maybe this was the chance to see Ryan Bertrand make a comeback. However, we didn't see that. If anything, he performed worse than we've been seeing before. So I can't even imagine just him or even Jannik Vestergaard. Thankfully, Jannik Vestergaard didn't even start. I can't imagine how he would have played out. Like, maybe it would have been us defending with 2 players instead. Because really, Ryan Bertrand being the left back, it's like having 3 defenders when you're supposed to be playing with 4. I don't know. What's Brendan Rodgers thinking? Ryan Bertrand is not a player to start at the moment. He's not been performing at all to his very best. It's terrible. Honestly, it's a failed signing for me, in my opinion. A failed signing. You know, coming in, we were supposed to expect him to play maybe 1 or 2 games when it comes to the Carabao Cup or FA Cup, but not Premier League or Europa League. Now, with injuries with Wesley Fofana and James Justin, maybe that played a part into him playing more games, but no. 100% put Luke Thomas in instead of Ryan Bertrand. Definitely. You cannot put Ryan Bertrand. Terrible. But other than that, Youri Tielemans coming into this match, we all thought maybe he would be effective enough, but he wasn't. He wasn't effective. He's coming back from an injury, and clearly he's not match fit, and that's what we saw. Can't even control the ball. Was semi at fault for the first goal, and just seeing him not really come back, not really be effective as a player, it's just a waste of a spot there. And we should have either put Samore or Mark Albrighton and try to see how we can change our formation if we had to change it. But Youri Tielemans whatsoever shouldn't have been playing. And we all probably were convinced that he should. And probably if he didn't and we would have lost, we would have been like, why didn't you put Youri Tielemans in? But sadly, we had to see for ourselves. And clearly, we did not like what we see. So Youri Tielemans was not the best option. Now, when it comes to making changes, when you're tying in the match at halftime, you have to put changes in at least 5 to 10 minutes after the first half, not wait 15 minutes, especially your first sub. Pasandaka, why did he come in the 75th minute? Somewhere around there, but definitely 15 minutes before the game ended. he comes in so late. Jamie Vardy, sadly, has not been performing very well, not consistent. And Patson Daka, who is the top goal scorer in this Europa League for our team, he had to start playing. He needs to start playing. He came to the squad to be familiarizing himself with the way we play. There's no reason why we should be benching him. We did not buy him to be on the bench. We bought him to come and basically be the successor of Jamie Vardy. And if Brendan Rodgers is just putting him on the bench constantly and not really starting him for more than at least 2 matches straight, then literally he's going to be not really interested in this club anymore and probably seeking a way out. It's honestly, we have to make a change, and that change begins with Brendan Rodgers leaving. I think if he wants to save this club and at least let us have something of this season to be happy for, then you have to resign and let someone else take charge of this squad, because we are having no creativity whatsoever. Our game needs to change, and your tactics are not working. Now, we cannot thank you enough for what you've done to this club. You've definitely picked this club up from the bottom to the top, making us come in twice consecutively in the Premier League top 5, bringing us into Europa League, winning our first FA Cup, winning our first Community Shield. So definitely nothing to hate about Brendan Rodgers. However, at the moment, in our interest, it's best that he leaves. It's best that he leaves. It's not, it won't be any better. It won't get any better. And that's literally what we saw throughout this match. From the second half to the last, our defense needs to be fixed. Player selection needs to change as well. And we just need someone new to come in and basically bring us from where we are right now, very low in confidence, motivation, and just bring us back up again. Because at the moment, nothing is working. Nothing's working. And that brings us to what to do now with the UEFA Europa Conference League. In my opinion, that's something that we must leave off to our academy players and our bench players to have more playing time, but we should not put our first team players to compete in this competition, because it's not going to do us any good. I don't think this is a competition that should be taken seriously, especially the way the team that we are. You know, we're a team that is constantly growing. However, at this moment, we have not been performing very well, very poorly, as a matter of fact. And with that being said, having our first starters play in this league is just going to basically just give us waste more energy throughout the week competing in this league, and then coming to the weekend, the Premier League, it's just going to just exert us even more. So leave the Conference League to our subs and to our academy players, get more playing time. Like that, they can come into the Premier League, into our first team with much more experience, and hopefully that will do us good for the future. But the main points of this reaction right now is Brendan Rodgers out, Ryan Bertrand out. At the moment, no, out. Terrible signing. Not effective enough, and just bringing us back. Harvey Barnes, at moments we are seeing that he's being a little selfish, and when it comes to those type of plays where he doesn't pass the ball and tries to take a shot, it doesn't even doesn't even go in the goal, nor does it like bounce off and go out of bounds. It'll just either go to the opposition, go to the goalkeeper, and next thing you know, we have a counterattack being given to us where we're just caught off guard. So we have to change our whole mentality around, and that begins with Brendan Rodgers stepping aside. Well, those are my opinions for this post-match review. Let me know what you think. And if you have not already, please drop a like, subscribe, because here we talk all about Leicester City. Now we take on Newcastle over the weekend on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm assuming if Brendan Rodgers is going to do something right, he better have this match as his goodbye match and leave after this, because it's like I said, it's not going to get better than it is now. It's just going to be worse. Our players are probably deprived right now from being eliminated from the Europa League. from what a game that we could have won, or at least could have tied, and just knowing that it was in our hands, and the goals that were given to Napoli was due to terrible passing, not positioning well, and just lack of intensity. So other than that, that's all we have today for the post-match review of Leicester City versus Napoli. Now I'll see you for the pre-match review of Newcastle versus Leicester that we played at the King Power Stadium. Drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about my opinion. Should Brendan Rodgers be out, or should he stay? Should Madison, Harvey Barnes, Lookman, if he comes back from COVID, what should we do about our starting 11 and about our attacking? Should Jamie Vardy step aside, as well as Passadaka come in, take role, and take full control now of that number 9 position? Let me know. See you then. Take care. Adios.